I love baking cookies, sweet as it can be. This chaotic country Christmas feels like home to me.
Alright friends, so we're about to try a different kind of Christmas crack. I don't like calling it Christmas crack. It just doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sound appealing. So I'm going to rebrand it, rename it. I can do what I want. It's my channel, right? So we are going to call it Christmas Tree Crunch. So we are going to make some Christmas Tree Crunch. It's similar to Christmas crack, but it's something that I seen, and of course, me being me, I'm going to redo a few things to it just because I think Christmas tree cakes are superior to all other, well, any cake, not just any Christmas cake to any cake. I do like the gingerbread cookies. However, I don't like making treats that are called Christmas tree cakes if it doesn't have them in it. So we're going to do the Christmas Tree Crunch, but we're going to change it up a little bit. So I'm going to share that with you. We're going to share our version of that with you today. I will have the original recipe. I will have the original recipe linked down below in case you are a rule follower and you're that kind of person. I am not. I'm not that kind of person. I will always be changing things up. So we're going to change it a little bit. Like, I don't have marshmallow fluff, and I only have like half a sleeve of saltine crackers. I didn't want to go to the store for fluff and crackers because a $10 Dollar General run runs me about $100. And I learned that with myself. I accepted it, and I try to, you know, not always do it. We wasn't going to do that. So we're going to improvise, and I'm going to share my version with you and just share it and the end product, but I will link the original down below, like I said, in case you are a rule follower or mine turns out to be a complete disaster and this is just a lesson that you should follow rules. But we're going to go ahead and get it started. I'm going to go over and make some Christmas Tree Crunch. Okay, so first step, one moment please. So first thing, I'm going to line a cooking sheet here with foil paper and spray it down. Now, I didn't do this when I made the other crack, but I also used parchment paper. And we're going to see how far these saltines go. I have some Ritz here prepared in case I need some of those as well. Just out and ready to grab, but we'll see. Maybe my cookie sheet is smaller than most people's because it says it takes like 40 some crackers. Well, it don't look like mine's going to take that many. This might actually be enough without using the saltines. That's okay. We'll just, I should have done it. I should have filled it before I opened the saltines. I mean the Ritz, but just put them in a Ziploc bag and use those for a different treat that we're going to be sharing. If we use the broken pieces, we can make it work. Alright, so we're going to turn this on about 5 here. I'll do your pizza in a minute, okay? And get this melted, and then we'll add in our brown sugar. Okay, and while the butter is melting over there, I'm gonna take, now this is just an additive. This is one of the parts that I'm just doing on my own because it doesn't call for this. But like I said, how can it be a Christmas tree cake, anything, without the Christmas tree cake in it? And I know it's just because it looks like it, okay? But we're gonna change it up. So I'm gonna take one. I thought about freezing it this morning, and then, well, I didn't. So we're just gonna take it, cut it into tiny pieces because I'm only going to add one. We're going to add 2. Push this one to the side. I didn't feel like going and getting a cutting board. I figured this would work just as good. And it does. Probably be easier to clean this mess off of this plate too. So, alright, so we got 2. Just cut up into chunks. We got that ready to go when we need it. Alright, so it's almost all the way melted here. We're going to put 1 cup of brown sugar in it, and then we're going to get this nice and mixed up, and then bring it back to a boil until we get it to a nice little rolling, bubbly, soft looking texture. Maybe that doesn't make sense to you if you watched the last time I made this, the actual Christmas crack recipe. It'll make sense to you. If not, I'll share it with you when we get there. Alright, so we got it to a nice little soft texture here. And then we pour it over top the crackers. And just try to get it nice and evenly on top. Alright, and now it goes in the oven for 5 or 6 minutes, I think. Recipe will be linked down below. Okay, so another change that we're going to do. This step calls for a cup of marshmallow fluff. And I don't have none of that like I mentioned earlier. So, it's about a cup. We're going to do about 1.5 cups because I know that they'll like, you know, whatever. About 1.5 cups of marshmallows so that we can melt this and make our own marshmallow fluff. Actually, I realized that one of the recipes that I watched, I think it was the first one that I came across that made this, her name is Drew on TikTok. She said that she didn't like the caramel to cream ratio. So we're going to do half of the, it's got a hole in it. We're going to make half of the cream cheese mixture. So I'm doing half. I'm going to link it down below, the recipe I found on Pinterest. You do what you want, but I'm going to do half. So I ended up taking out about half of those marshmallows. We got half a block of cream cheese here softened. Now we're going to do 2 cups of powdered sugar. Just a part that I decided to do. We're going to add about half, so about 1 of our Christmas tree cakes. And our melted marshmallows. Push this over. These are very hot, melty treat. And then on top of this, now we're going to add on this. We're just going to gently get it all mixed and all over our crackers. So now we're going to add the rest of our cake. We're going to take our spatula and just kind of try to make it to where it's not super textured on top. Alright, so do about half a bar of this almond bark. Little pinch of oil, about a capful, just to help it get nice and smooth for us. Gonna microwave this until it's completely melted and smooth. All right, so let's see where we're at here. You got any lumps and bumps? Nope. I was a little worried about this because I was like, it's gonna be gooey and gross, but I think it's actually gonna sit up decently. You're supposed to put it in the fridge and then put it in the freezer too, so I think that'll help. I'm just gonna pour on this white chocolate here. It's not white chocolate, it's vanilla. They are definitely two different things. Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty, I don't think. Especially with me adding that cake to it, but we'll make it work. It's okay. That's what sprinkles are for. Maybe sprinkles can save it. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm just trying to put as little of this as possible, but it's fine. Might as well go all in with it. Alright, so we got it all mostly covered here. Now, we're going to melt our red chocolate melts. And while they melt, while they melt in the microwave, we're going to add some of this green sanding sugar to the top. Alright, so we've got our red melts melted. Now you could just drizzle these on top if you wanted to, but I'm going to put them in a baggie here to be a little bit more precise. Not that this is going to be a beautiful dessert in any way, but as long as it tastes good, that's all that matters. So. Alright, now we're going to put this in the fridge and let it set up completely. It's delicious, but it is super, super sweet. You're not going to want much of this, that's for sure. The little pieces. And I do like cutting it better than breaking it like you're supposed to do the traditional crack crunch. I think it just looks better when you, cut it. It's just easier to deal with. So it is really good. You can taste the Christmas tree cake in it, but like I said, super, super sweet. We need some coffee. Alright friends, with that we'll see you next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Bye friends.
Through love, heart to heart, even when the world feels torn apart. In this small town, magic, peace and glee, a chaotic country Christmas sets my spirit free.